Welcome back to my Pro Tools video mixing series. Today I'm going to start mixing. I'm going to break the videos down into shorter videos now because I don't have time to go through a full-length video, and I'm going to try to speed up the process. I've got a static mix. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert a plugin called Auto Align, which is from a company called Radix. So the first thing I'm going to do, okay, well, let me explain what this plugin is. Basically, what this plugin does is it automatically detects any phasing or delay between your drum microphones or multiple microphone recordings. You can use it for acoustic guitar or electric guitars, and I'm going to show you how it's used. First thing you want to do is align the snare top and snare bottom. The audio could be hitting the mic at different times, and that's where the delay occurs. And then we can check for polarity. I highlighted them all. I'm holding Shift Option. Then I'm going to look for the plugin, Radix Auto Align. First thing I'm going to do is the snare, so I'm going to solo this. Snare top is going to send on channel 1. Snare bottom is going to receive on channel 1. I'll leave that open. Let me play that. Okay, the coloring you see here, it's what they call the noise floor. So you want to raise this threshold, I guess the input threshold, so that it's you're getting a little bit of the cleaner, a little bit better of the cleaner signal. And how you can see the phasing issues here is if the hits are pointing to the bottom, or the graphic deal you see here, it's pointing to the bottom. That means it's out of phase. If it's pointing straight up, it's in good phase, or around here, but not too much to the sides. See, right now it's showing out of phase there, or polarity. I reverse the polarity. So that's good, but it's not too good. So let's see what this does for us. Basically, you gotta turn on the delay and polarity. Then you're gonna hit detect, hit play. That sounds really good. Listen to that. That's with the polarity reversed. Engaged. Now you're still hearing a little bit, a lot of the bleed in there. And you can also hear that the drummer had was kind of playing a lot of some ghost notes, and it may have been, I don't think it was on purpose. I think his stick may just have been bouncing. Now the next thing I want to do is the overhits. So I'm going to take the signal from the top snare again. So receive, I'm going to do the overhead left. I'm going to receive the signal from channel 1. So I'm going to solo the snare here and the overhead left, and I'm going to do the same thing. That's already pretty good. So I'm going to engage delay and polarity. So I'm going to tell it to detect. I think that sounds good. I don't know if you're able to tell the difference or not, but I am. And the delay correction was not much. It was only 8 samples. So you can change the units here. It's in samples. You could check the display, the delay, the actual delay. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm gonna send audio from the left overhead to the right overhead, but I can't use channel 1 anymore, so I'm gonna use channel 2, and I'm gonna receive it on channel 2. Sounds good. Now I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna say this under a different name. So I did the snare. Now I need to do the hi-hat. Do the hi-hat to the overhead. And I'm gonna send on 2 for the overhead, and I'm gonna receive on 2 on the hi-hat. Channel 2. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna do the toms, and these are gonna be a little more tricky because I should have done it with the entire tom track. Actually, I could probably still do it. Let me see. No, because I didn't duplicate the track. Never mind. I'll just do that. Just gonna solo the floor tom and the overhead, and again on the floor tom, I'm gonna receive on channel 2, which is what the overhead is sending on. Detect. Right away you can hear the difference. Now I'm gonna just solo the overhead and the right tom. I'm gonna receive on 2. I'm gonna go to the good, because I got ahead of myself and edited the tom track before I auto-aligned the tracks. It took a little bit longer for auto-align to detect the delays and any polarity issues. So I could hear it right away. So I know I'm used to this plugin, so I know it did a good job because I could hear the low end come back to life and stuff. So I'll show you a quick example at the end. So I did the toms to the overheads. I don't do the room, the ambient, just because I don't think you need to do that. And I read a couple of I'm not sure if it was Pro Tools expert or somebody said not to do the room mics, just because that sort of short delay that you have between the room mics and your kit mic kind of creates a pleasant sound, and it gives you some of the depth. Last thing you have is the kick, and this is where I struggle because I'm not really sure if I have to line this up to the overhead. I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the overhead again. Then I'm gonna take the kick, and I'm gonna align the kick to the overhead. So I'm gonna receive on channel 2, detect. Reset it, do it again. I don't know what it did. I'm gonna reset it again. I'm gonna make sure I'm receiving on channel 2. Did you hear that? How good it sounds? I'm gonna take the, you can see it's has a funky sound to it with the polarity engaged, and this is got the polarity reversed. Watch this. Solid low end. It sounds more natural, sounds more like the actual kick that was recorded. Good, I like that. Now I'm gonna send on the same plugin here. Now I'm gonna send the top kick on channel 3 to the kick out, receive on channel 3. Same thing. I mean, you gotta admit it. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's the drums, polarity checked, phase checked, delays. So I'm gonna highlight them all. Gonna solo them all. Where are you, drums? There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do it without the plugins. Okay, this is before the auto align plugin. After. I really hope you can tell the difference, because I can. 4. And mind you, this doesn't sound really bad. I mean, it sounds okay. It just sounds really natural, but it sounds a bit loose. You could hear the delays in the microphones. Now, the beauty about this plugin is it doesn't add a lot of latency or a lot of delay. Make sure you have your delay compensation set up, and you can get this plugin from Radix. I got it on special. I think it was for Thanksgiving. Auto align here. You can do a demo of it. You can try it, and I believe it's fully functional. So make sure you go and get it. I'll put the link on the video. Okay, I'm gonna keep this video to this.